good, everybody? Welcome back to another My Damn Toys video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to throw it back a little bit for you guys. If you go way back on the channel, like the first couple years for sure, maybe even the first 3 years, man, customs used to be, I mean, like, of course we do action figure surgery. We do random customs all the time, right? Like, yeah, we've calmed down a little bit here in the last year or so, but I would say that, you know, we pump out the customs. It's always been kind of a tradition here on the channel. Ever since I really saw customs in the community and, like, around the YouTube scenario with WWE and wrestling action figures, they've always been kind of a staple of the channel, and it's something that I found a lot of pride in and something that I took a lot of passion for early on collecting, and so I brought it to the channel, and it's been really fun. And today I figured it'd be cool to go down the road and take a look back at some of our, and kind of, you know, reframe our videos here today with some of that classic custom new WWE action figure showcase. And today we have 10 forgotten epic WWE action figure customs in my collection. Maybe we can make this like a weekly staple, depending on, you know, I mean, eventually we're going to run out of customs, but I figured those that enjoy the customs and like to see some random, like, old customs that I don't really show off anymore, this is a great series for you guys. So let's go ahead and dive in, man. We have 10 customs here. I'm just going to kind of give you the backstory about it, maybe go through the formula, what I expect out of it, you know, what my ideas were, all these different things, and just kind of break it all down, tell you who made it, all those things, man. So let's shut the hell up and dive in, man. Let's start things off first, I guess, with El Generico over here. So El Generico's looking pretty good. This is actually a custom that was made by BEW, and this custom is actually really, really old. I want to go ahead and get like a good zoom in angle here because I am still blown away to this day how good this figure looks in the head sculpt. Like, this mask is epically sculpted, and I'm sure he'd probably dissect the hell out of it, right? He'd probably look at it and say it was terrible, but the likeness to Sami Zayn with the Elite 40 head was so great. The paint apps on this thing is insane. You got all the logos. You even have the hair tie, or the, you know, the string tie in the back out of the stretchy material that still has held up over time. It's a beautiful formula. On the tights, you guys can see it's just your standard, like, El Generico tights. On the back, you do get the Olay logo, and BEW did a great job. I think this is one of the first customs that he made, that we made together here, you know, kind of combining our minds here. It's very good. It's been featured on the channel multiple times. It's been in the pick fed ring, so I mean, this is beautiful, man. This is a custom that I'll always hold near and dear to the heart, and it's really cool to have an El Generico. Who knows if we'll ever get an official one from any company, so this is a real staple, and I love this figure. Let me know if you guys remember when we received that. Next up, guys, is our 2018? Oh my god in heaven, I think it was 2018. The run of Seth Rollins, the Intercontinental Championship run. We made this custom. It was like right when I moved in this house, I think, but we made like a whole like episode dedicated to this, but you guys can see it's basically the cash-in attire because he brought back like his 2015 look, but he did not have the SR logo. It was just a regular belt logo, so we took the cash-in Toys R Us exclusive set that we discussed yesterday, and we just kind of added some gray paneling to it, touched it up with some gold. We put some chest hair on there, updated it with the smiley head that everybody loves, gave it some black wrist tape. It's got some dust on the head. That's how damn old it is, man, but what a classic. Everybody loved this figure when I first, you know, created it, and it holds up, man. It holds up really well. It looks really good. I'm actually pretty proud of this still to this day. It's held up fantastically. I don't know if it's because of the, you know, it's the prep that we did or what the case was, man, but what a damn looking good figure. I mean, you could fed with this. I mean, this thing is in top tip shape. It's a great figure, and I'm excited to look at it again today. Next up, guys, we have a Finn Balor Demon, and this is one of those that you don't really think about. I think it was WrestleMania 35. Did he wrestle? Was it Bobby Lashley? Did he wrestle Bobby Lashley? I can't remember exactly, but you got like the, I think that was in New York, right? And you have this like Empire State sort of design logo here on the chesticle with the yellow and the right. I remember this being a nightmare to paint because you had like all this yellow detail, like all this straight lines, and the teeth on the ribs over here. On the back, you even have the demon on the back with the teeth going up the neck. Really, really fun custom to make. Like, we even have the design on the trunks. This is all hand painted by yours truly. I really like the way the head sculpt came out. We even have the knee pads and stuff. This was a figure that I think I stayed up like 12 hours straight painting, and I don't even know. It may have been like 10 hours or 8 hours. I don't remember, but I remember it was like the night after WrestleMania. It used to be a staple here on the channel where the night of WrestleMania, I would stay up all night and make customs of like 2 or 3 superstars and make a whole video on it, and this is one of the superstars from then. So we got Finn here. Absolutely beautiful. I hate that we never got this from Mattel. Maybe we will one day. I think they would kill it maybe with a second Ultimate Edition. That would be freaking sick as hell, but this, I mean, this is solid. I like it. I like the way it turned out, and I've kept it in my collection. So, you know, you got another Demon Finn Balor, which are always fun customs to make, but you definitely got to have your you know, your hand paint going there. Next up is going to be a custom from Showstopper Custom figs. Now, back in the early day, man, me and Showstopper Custom Figs used to make hella customs and deals together, and this is one of them. It is actually the attire in which Dolph Ziggler won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and you guys can see here, like, look how dirty this looks, okay? It has this, like, sparkle speckle design, and it says headliner, very clean, very legible. He did a fantastic job on this. It's probably one of the most underrated customs in the whole collection here. You guys can see, like, that matte spray. It's got the good head sculpt going. Got the, you know, the nice large knee pads. Just because I wasn't going to articulate it, it was mainly for display. I typically have him with his Money in the Bank contract, and that's, you know, I'm a huge Ziggler fan, so I wanted, like, all his different defining moments in figure form, and we've never gotten this figure. I don't know how we haven't gotten, like, a throwback to this figure and, like, gotten a cool moment out of it with the Money in the Bank briefcase and the World Heavyweight title with some custom packaging. Sounds like a real fun figure that would be, but I guess Ziggler's not popular enough, but I really like this figure a lot. It's simple. It's just the trunks there, but it's a great one. Next up, guys, we have another custom that I actually got this off eBay way back in the day. This is a Bobby Lashley that I loved. I wanted it for my pick fed, and he was actually, I don't think he wasn't the first Extreme Champion, but he was one of the first ones to, like, take advantage of that 24-hour rule when he interrupted the Money in the Bank, the MDT Money in the Bank match, and pinned RVD in the middle of the match to steal the Extreme Championship. You guys can see it has, like, some sealant or some, I don't even know what that is. I think it's, like, where the sealant has, like, aged over time, and it has turned the figure, like, this powdery. It looks kind of powdery. Like, it doesn't rub off or anything. Like, you can't really... I've tried to clean it. I've tried different things, but I think this was made by Brocklock76 on Instagram, and he had this up on his eBay page one day for $30, and it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I said, hell yeah, I'm taking that, and I got it. It's like an Ezekiel Jackson base with a Jax, you know, Bobby Lashley head sculpt, and I always thought it was great. I do think the Mattels are much better than this now, but for the time, man, I was over the moon to get this for $30. I mean, we were just cooking with peanut oil at that point, man. We were killing it, and that was awesome. I thought that was fantastic. I have a lot of old customs like that I like telling the stories about, so this is one of those, man, and it's really cool to look back on this and see, you know, that we have a real Mattel one now, but that's one of the customs I had to show off today. Next up, guys, we have another sort of custom like that, but this is one that I made myself. We have this custom Keith Lee Elite, and we actually used a Rikishi, which actually inspired the Rikishi Lee meme on the channel that was for a few years ago here, but we used a Hall of Champions Rikishi. We basically took those same arms from that figure. I think all we did was pop the legs off, paint the thighs, and paint the butt cheeks right here. Threw some tall boots on him and put the basic Keith Lee head sculpt on there because they do match in skin tone. And this was a great Elite Keith Lee custom before we got, you know, the official, or the three ones that we have now. We have the, what, Survivor Series Elite, we have the Elite, whatever the hell, and then the Chase variant. So, I mean, this is a pretty solid one. You know, we never did anything crazy with it on the channel, but I wanted a Keith Lee, so I went ahead and whipped it up. And now I kind of regret it. I really wish I would have just stayed with the Rikishi, but for the time, man, I thought it worked out good. It was a big guy, you know, it took care of the job, and he could actually pose around really well. We did some pick fed spots on our Instagram page, and you know, that takes care of it. But this Keith Lee, you know, it was cool for the time, and I like it. However, I do miss the Rikishi. But let's get into the next one. This is one of the most underrated. To be fair, this is more of like not really a custom. This is more of like a fix-up. But if you remove all these accessories, like we've added accessories, we've added a lot of things here to create this figure. But this Aiden English right here is beautiful, and I gotta show you this because it's so cool. So we hacked the sleeves off of our Happy Rusev Day shirt right there, but I want you guys to see this. Now, me and Mad Reaper actually came together to make this. So you guys know the Elite 63 Aiden English. They gave him like the freaking Daniel Bryan torso, but if you've ever seen this man, he was absolutely jacked. So we kind of combined our heads, and we took a Elite Sheamus, and we pretty much switched the arms to the basic Aiden English arms, put the head on there. We swapped the legs with, I think, X-Pac thighs, and then like some Heath Slater lower legs and Sheamus boots to create this like ultimate black attire, ultimate fix-up Aiden English. I love this figure. I think it's fantastic to pose around. It has no paint on it whatsoever, so it's technically like an ultimate fix-up. It's one of my favorite fix-ups I've ever done. That's how clean it is, just because I think it turned out perfectly and how accurate it is with his body and stuff. This is the best way to make an Aiden English, hands down. I mean, the head sculpt's perfect. The torso and the arms is great. It's just a really good figure, man, and having him with Rusev Day and the pick fed and having him show up, and the joints are so tight, man. This is one of those figures that I love, man. This is just great, especially when you put all the accessories on it. It's really fun, and I had to show it off. It's a staple. It's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it, but Aiden English had to make an appearance here today. Now we saved the heavy, you know, the heavyweight hitters here for the end. One of the last ones we have here here, guys, is the white attire Aleister Black. Basically, the NXT Elite, you know, I can't remember. I don't think I could find it. I got my boy Dean Joseph to find me one, and as soon as I got it, I was like, bro, I gotta do some crazy stuff here. So I put some Elite 45 Seth Rollins knee pads, some, I think this is Elite 45 Seth Rollins lower legs as well for the white sleeve look, and then we put some Elite 63 Shelton Benjamin black, gold, and white kick pads on there, and then we just painted his trunks in white and left the design in gold on there, and it turned out pretty damn epic. I like this a lot. I would like to say, you know, if he had like a horned white vest with like white wrist tape and white elbow pad, it'd probably be a little bit better, but overall, I don't think you can really rival it, man. It's a great looking figure. You know, it's one of those fantasy attires that I just whipped up real quick, and this was back when we were doing white attires all the time and stuff like that. I'd love to do it again. Just need some more parts and stuff like that. I'd like to, you know, do a Cedric, do some different guys like that. I wanted to do a Brock Lesnar one time, so just some things to play around with, but the Aleister Black and the white gear is sick as hell. You guys can let me know what you think down below. And the last two we have, guys, are these fantasy attires in pink. Now, they're made from two different people here. We're going to get into it. Let's start off with the Ricochet in the pink. This is a fantasy gear done by Mac Decals, my boy over there, and he did a fantastic job on it. You got the white sleeve. You do have these beautiful tights with the Ricochet logos in pink. Got the established 1988. You got Bret Hart Ultimate Edition boots that I actually put on there, but we also have the white knee pads with the one and only. This is just a really clean look, you know, and I think the height is accurate. He's actually a little bit shorter than, you know, Mattel made him, so it is a little bit accurate. He's got some good articulation on there. It's just really fresh, man. Pink and white with black contrast up next to each other really completes the look, and I love this Ricochet. It's one of those that I hold near and dear to the heart right there, man. Having like the pink gear and buying it for my boy, and, you know, having like the sentimental there, that is a great little figure, and I love the way the boots tie in. Like, just look at it. It looks Bret Hart inspired, and it's beautiful. And last but not least today, man, we have the custom Elite MDT trunks Dolph Ziggler, made by BEW and my boy Venomine Figs, okay? Venomine Figs used to be really well known in the community as far as like WWE figures, and like he was one of those younger guys that, you know, we went back and forth. We were big fans of each other's channels and, you know, all those different things. We developed a pretty cool friendship there. He's, you know, he doesn't really do anything much anymore, right? He'll upload like once every year or something like that, just randomly, but one time I made him like a Spider-Man Pac/Neville figure, and then to repay me, he wanted to make me a Dolph Ziggler with the MDT logos on it. So you guys can see there, you got the MDT logo in the middle. You have like this pink, black and white zebra stripe stuff going on the tights. Then you have the MDT logo on the back. That is all hand painted. Like, all this is hand painted by BEW, and so Venomine had the idea for it. He wanted to hook me up. It looks beautiful. I love this. It's kind of, you know, it's one of the earlier crazy customs on the channel here, and I appreciate it so much to this day, man. I love Venomine. I wish he never would have quit collecting. Maybe one day he'll come back to it, but, you know, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's just one of those sentimental things that holds value to the original start of the channel, and it's so cool to see, you know, Dolph Ziggler in these custom MDT tights, man, and it's so cool because the paint, like, hasn't chipped in years. Like, the logos still look like they were painted yesterday. The Dolph Ziggler looks incredible, and you can't really fault it, man. So, if you guys wanted to see these all again up next to each other, they're pretty wild, man. I mean, like, it's such a good collection of customs right here. Again, these are 10 customs that you, like, I don't know. You may be a long-term fan of the channel. If you've been around since the beginning, or you've been around, you know, for a long time, you may remember some of them. You may not know any of them, so kind of a cool way to, like, catch up on the channel and show off some customs that we haven't seen in quite a while, or maybe you've never seen them, but they're really fun, and maybe you guys got some information that you wanted to hear or something like that. But I figured it'd be a cool video idea to, you know, stepping in the time machine, going back a little bit, doing like a custom showcase of some old customs that maybe a lot of you guys have forgotten about or never seen before. So hopefully that was cool. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. If you guys want to see another episode of this where we run through some more old customs, I have plenty of customs here in the collection, just some random stuff going on. I'd like to think, like, in this collection you have a bunch of crazy customs, man, stuff you're not gonna see anywhere else, fancy gears and randomness and stuff of guys you know, maybe some guys you don't know, and just some crazy stuff all over the wall, man. This is the only channel you're gonna see a George Washington WWE figure, I can tell you that. But that wraps it up, man. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know all the thoughts down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you thought. What's your favorite custom here in this video? Sentimental, probably the Ziggler, but best custom? I don't know, man. It's really tough. I really like the Finn. I like the Aleister. I love the Aiden English and the Ricochet. They're all great in their own ways, man. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video, and don't cross the line. You crossed the line.